Hi, it's wolfenstormingcastle.com, and this is my latest project. It's a tutorial on how to make the Iron Man helmet, right here. It comes out pretty good. And it's not that hard to do, it's just paper mache. All you need is flour and water and paper towels. And I have the template here that you can download on my website to put it together, to give it the right shapes and sizes. The URL is in the description of this video on where you can get that template. So a fun project. Take some time because you want to do the paper mache nice and smooth, the final coat nice and smooth so it has a metallic look to it. But that's pretty much it. Fun project, comes out good, you can wear it. Cut this hole to fit your head and you can wear it. So I have lots of projects like this here on my YouTube channel. If you're a subscriber to my channel, thank you very much, I appreciate that. If you're not a subscriber, I'd appreciate it. Subscribe. I do about 2 new videos a week, 2 new projects, all kinds of projects. Leave a comment. What do you think about this project? Or if you have project ideas, that'd be great. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video and you like this project. Thank you very much. So, and I didn't say, I also have this pencil holder, Iron Man pencil holder. And this is just a paper tube, toilet tissue tube. That's paper. This is paper mache. I also have this template for this smaller setup right here in the packet. So you can make the pencil holder, you can make the helmet, the actual helmet. Make them both. Just download the packet. Thanks very much. Let's launch into the tutorial on how to make the Iron Man helmet. Okay, to make this helmet now we start out with a balloon. This is a 12-inch balloon. Blow it up full so it's going to fit on your head and attach it to a cup or something to stand it on so it makes it easier to paper mache it. And notice where the nozzle is there. Put that where the chin is going to be on the helmet. That's important because of the shape of the balloon kind of lends itself to the helmet as long as the nozzle of the balloon is where your chin is. So let's make some paper mache. 2 cups of water, 2 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of salt. Mix that up. Cut yourself strips of newspaper and then apply those to the balloon. Just cover the whole balloon. Overlap those strips nicely because it'll make for a nice strong coat. Once it dries, and you can use a fan to speed up the drying, pop that balloon and take it out. Now you've got the basic shell for your helmet. Now cut out the neck hole so you can fit it over your head and try it. Cut it where the neck's going to be, and remember that the chin, where the chin is on this helmet, and try it on, see where it fits. Cut out as much neck hole as you need. So mark off 2 big ovals on the side, just like this, on each side, because we want this thing to be flat on the sides. We don't want this rounded balloon shape. We want to flatten out the helmet on each side, left and right. So cut out those big ovals like that. See it? And then use masking tape to cover them, to make them nice and flat. Put masking tape on the outside and the inside. So now all of a sudden, it's not a balloon shape. It's not a basketball shape. It's kind of got these nice flat sides. And when we paper mache it, we're going to paper mache it again. That will fix all of that and it'll look good. So now cut out the first top piece from the helmet like this, from the template, and put that on top of the helmet here where you judge your eyes are going to go, and draw some lines if you need to. But it doesn't just sit on top of that helmet. We want to stand it up maybe 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. So make some little standoffs like this. Crumple little pieces of newspaper and apply them liberally, particularly at the eye line where the visor would be. Make a bunch of them. Hanging there, this is actually pretty easy. You'll get the hang of this. So now fold that top piece of the helmet so the sides come down. So it's kind of like a standoff. It stands up off the helmet. Yeah, and you'll see what I mean in a second. But the left and right sides fold down like this. And then when you put it on there, it stands up off the paper mache balloon. It's pretty easy. You'll see it. So you can put it on there like this, and then you're going to fill that with newspaper to kind of make it strong. When you put paper mache on it, it would collapse. So crumple newspaper and stuff it under there. The front is kind of high. The back goes all the way down to the surface. So not much newspaper in the back there. And then tape it all over, and let you get something like this. We get a little bit more taping to do. But now you've got nice flat sides on this helmet. The top visor section is starting to look good. Now let's do the bottom section, the mouth section. Same kind of a thing. You fold those flaps and tape them so it stands up off the helmet. And this is all in the template. So put that on like this, right like this. And I don't show it, but see I cut those eye holes out. I mean, you can cut them out now, you can cut them out later. And you can shape them a little bit differently if you want. You could shape them the full width. Like look at the picture on the cover of the template packet to see what those eye holes look like, but you can get a sense of this. See, this is starting to look good. It's starting to actually look like the Iron Man helmet. Same rule. Crumple some newspaper and slide it under there because you want it to be strong. When you put the paper mache on top of this, it could get saggy and you know, floppy. You don't want that. You want it to be strong. So stuff newspaper in there and tape it all down. What we've done is we've kind of built a little bit of an artificial layer over the paper mache ball. And then we're going to paper mache over that. But one more thing, reinforcing underneath the chin here. Now we cut a hole at the mouth, but that's just so it makes it kind of easy to work with. You don't have to cut that hole there. But put a big crumpled piece of paper like this at the chin, and there's another chin piece that you cut out from the template and apply to that. You'll see that. See the chin piece there? So you cut that out and you tape that into a shape. It's like a little rowboat or something. And then you tape that on. And, you know, fill that in so it's strong. And, you know, there's just a couple of more parts. This really is not that difficult. I give you all the parts in the template. All you need is just, you know, tape it together and paper mache it. We tape that on. Yeah, see, it's starting to look like the mask now, the Iron Man mask. We'll be done with this in no time. Now there is these two additional strips here like this that go from near the chin along the side, on each side of the helmet. And these are optional, but they kind of make a difference. They kind of look good once you paper mache it. It gives that little bit of a metal structured kind of look. So, you know, tape those in place. And, you know, tape right over them. You see a little bit of that right here, see it? Taped over, but it gives a little bit of this metal structuring, which is kind of nice. So left and right, make sure you do left and right. Now, the earpieces, and we're just about, once we put the earpieces on, we'll be just about ready. The earpieces are discs that you just attach where the ears are. And if you have to, use a tool to keep them nice and sharp, to press that tape down. And those earpieces stand up about ½ inch up off the helmet, and easy enough to do by crumpling up some newspaper like this. See that? And then you attach that to the helmet. So there we go. We're just about ready. This helmet looks great. So let's paper mache it. Another layer. Get it all covered up. So mix up another set of paper mache, 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of water, a tablespoon of salt, and do another layer of paper mache. Now take your time with this layer. You want it to try to be kind of metallic. And this layer isn't so much for strength, but still it makes strength. And if you want your helmet to be strong, then paper mache the inside too with small strips. It's optional, but it would be nice. It would make the helmet a lot stronger. You know, overlap the strips any way you want. The more overlapping that happens crisscrossing on the inside makes a big difference. So once it dries, sand it up. Now we want to do a little detail work on this helmet. You can do another layer of thin pieces of paper with the paper mache and take real care to lay them, because then you can get it almost kind of metallic looking. You know, and you can use just regular newsprint or paper, but you can take your time with that. You can do a nice job. It'll be almost nice and metallic. And to do some detail work, mix up thick paper mache. This time there's a lot more flour than water. And then you can actually do some of the detailing work, like the edges, to make crisp edges like this on the helmet. So we're just about done. It really wasn't, it seemed kind of complex at first, but it really wasn't that hard. Want to give a shout out to Sophie. She did this project, and she came up with most of the ideas. So thanks to her. If you like this project, you know, give us a thumbs up. So I sanded it a little bit to try to smooth it out. Now I'm drawing my lines on it so we can paint it. Now I'm using painter's tape here. This tape is terrific because it won't attach itself to the paper mache. When you pull it off, you won't rip the paper mache. It comes off very easily. But I've masked off the silver part, all the front section. And then I painted it, spray painted it black. And that spray paint is cherry red. It looks great. I love that red. You use a fan to dry it. As always, once it's dried, you can pull off that tape. See how it comes off nice and easily? That's painter's tape. You can use masking tape, but you run a risk of damaging the paper mache. Now we mask it the other way. So mask off the red, and we're going to paint the gold on the front. Almost done. Starting to look good. Starting to look like a helmet. I still got a little bit more masking to do. Once I finished the masking, I painted it gold. I really like how this helmet came out. It looks pretty good. And once that paint dries, we can peel it. See, look at that. The red and gold is just terrific. You know, whoever thought of this really come up with a nice color scheme. Now the only thing remaining is a little bit of detail work. You can use paint, black paint, or you can use a black Sharpie like I got here to do the border between the red and the gold, and also the horizontal lines for the eyes. And take a look at the picture on the template packet to see how those, see, just like that. And that's it. Iron Man helmet is done. Thanks for watching. Lots more stuff on my website. Here on my YouTube channel, I got all kinds of masks, all kinds of weapons, all kinds of armor. I blacksmith real weapons. I make lots of paper mache weapons. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please leave a comment. If you got ideas for projects, give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much.